Let me welcome Ruslan. Ruslan, thank you so much for joining us early. So Ruslan is the founder and CEO of QA Mentor. Ruslan would be delivering his keynote about what does it mean to be a modern QA professional in 2025. I'm sure you all would need your notepad and pens together because he'll be giving you tips to stay over the edge of the competition, which is as of today. Hi, Ruslan.
Hi, Deepti. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And thank you for inviting me again to this wonderful conference. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, we are also excited to have you here. I just want our audience to know that we are talking to one of the most creative CEOs. He has been selected as one of the 50 most creative CEOs, 30 most daring CEOs, and one of the 10 best CEOs by industry era. I think this is around in 2017. So we are so happy to have you with us, Ruslan. I will give it over to you.
Just one more quick update, guys. QA Mentor is our gold sponsor. Many thanks, Ruslan, for supporting this community conference and being there with us for this keynote session. Many thanks. We are really grateful for your presence here.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the introduction. I really appreciate it. And again, excited to be here. It's a wonderful conference. Always love to support you guys and always love to share knowledge with the audience. And thank you guys for attending this. I know it's weekend and it's Sunday, it's evening in India. Majority of you sacrificing your weekend after really a hard week. You're doing a fantastic things coming here and exploring things, learning a lot of new things based on great speakers, which you heard today as well as yesterday. So it's a great thing. Thank you so much, guys. That's the way to do it. All right, so let's start. So again, the topic, I was thinking about multiple different topics, but I think this is a crucial topic which I choose because this is I think a need for the hour. As you guys all know and witnessing, the QA industry got a pretty bad hit in the last, I would say, 18 months. There is a lot of jobs elimination across the board, across the world. We actually witnessing this because we got hit as well tremendously with many clients. Unfortunately, removing QA positions from our support. And moving into the 2025, extremely crucial because hopefully, and I hope I'm wrong, but I see it's going to be a continuation of this phase. We were going to see more layoffs, unfortunately, and doesn't look promising, but I hope again I'm wrong and we will see a completely different situation. So that the reason why I choose this topic is to prep all of you. Despite you working today or not, you're looking for a job or not, you're currently at the job and you want to secure your job, or you really need to find a job and you wanted to, be able to pass the interview or shine at the interview. That's the reason why I wanted to emphasize how important soft skills and hard skills are and elaborate and polish few things and go over about few things and share some secrets with all of you so you guys will be able to do well in 2025. And I wish everybody to be successful and everybody to continue to work. And for those of you who are looking for a job, struggling to find a position nowadays, will be able to get that dream job with some instructions and some directions today. So once again, let's start. We don't have too much time. So again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time, just a couple 20 seconds about myself. Founder and CEO of QA Mentor, about 28 years of experience across the board. I wear multiple different hats throughout 20 years of my career. Personal coach and trainer for 32 Fortune 500 companies. Completed various of different QA audits and transformation exercises for 131 companies. around the world, official Forbes technology member, publishing various of different articles around quality assurance software testing domain, author of multiple QA e-learning courses and modules, 7 proprietary testing methodologies, also co-author of the How to Become a QA Tester in 30 Days unique course, e-learning course, as well as the book, which we provided to over 6,000 students around the world. If you guys want to connect, always there on LinkedIn. Any questions, please feel free to send across. I'm glad to answer any of your questions. All right, so let's start. So what is your opinion, guys? What does it mean to be a modern QA professional nowadays? I just want you guys to, answer this in chat before I move and share some of, answers from social media. This is my favorite question as well. During the interview, I like to ask, our candidates, what do you think a modern QA professional nowadays? What is the profile? What it should look like in your opinion? So guys, don't be shy. Please, ping your answers if you would like to participate, and we'll get a check. Let me just check the chat. All right. That's a good one from Eddie, Jack of all, master of none. Bring an SD, okay. QA equal quarter, interesting. Anybody else? Don't be shy. There's really no wrong answers here. Capability to look, understand end-to-end quality, very good quality process, excellent. A professional that can easily adapt to the market changes, very, very good. Focus on quality and finding defects, okay? Should be able to find bugs in modern and evolving technology, very good. Excellent. So all of these fantastic points, you guys are right in business, very good. Quality lover, I like that. Having a business end user perspective, fantastic. I mean, absolutely incredible answers. Professional who focuses not on quality, but innovator, creative in speeding up the processes. Gatekeeper. Quality for revenue. Excellent. All right, guys, so let's move on. This is all fantastic. All of these great answers. Absolutely agree. The interesting thing is nobody mentioned master of AI for QA. So AI is not on the table here. Nobody think, you need to have some knowledge on AI in order to be a modern QA. Let's find out. So let me maximize my screen and we'll get things going. Thank you so much again for the participation here. So let me share some of the voice of the testing community again, what I capture from LinkedIn discussions, as well as some of the answers while I interview some of the candidates to join QA Mentor. So understand automation tools and technologies, be able to create automation scripts, be able to support testing in Agile, be able to test fast, be able to automate using scriptless automation, be able to apply exploratory testing techniques, be able to apply metrics to testing process, perform testing activities using only automated tools, apply AI testing tools for test case generation and automated scripts development. Ability to support all types of testing, such as functional load security compatibility. Be able to test AI models. Ability to generate test data for our own test cases quickly. So again, there is no right or wrong answers here. This is all opinions. This is all insights. And I would agree with every single point here. And you guys brought really, really great examples of, as well. What do you think in your world a modern QA professional should possess, or what skills should he or she so this is really great. So let's move on. Now, the most important thing, in my opinion, is soft skills. Okay, there's two categories of soft and hard skills, right? I mean, obviously, hard skills are extremely important to do your job because that's based on specific skill set, specific tool set, specific quality assurance testing methodology, knowledge, best practices, and etc. But the skills, soft skills are extremely important as well. And let's go over, and some of them might look familiar, but I will try to emphasize those soft skills specifically in the context of quality assurance and software testing domain. They applicable, again, for any types of jobs out there, but you will understand how specifically they're super important when it comes to quality assurance professionals and roles. So some of you guys obviously possessing and training on those soft skills, and some of you guys might not, leveraging some of those important soft skills. So it's time to polish up. It's time to realize and understand how important they are. And it's time for you guys to really leverage them when it comes to future. It's extremely important. So the first and number one soft skill, in my opinion, is effective communication. Anything we do within the testing domain, extremely important, and communication is essential. Whether we talking to the business stakeholders or we talking internally within various of different IT participants of the software development lifecycle, we need to communicate. We're communicating at all the levels: verbal communication, written communication. We participating in different meetings, we sending status updates and status reports, we asking questions. Absolutely important skill. So this is essential for quality assurance engineer to be able to have a very good communication, to be able to articulate things, to be able to articulate thoughts. It's, again, this particular skill leads to your future growth and future opportunities when you will become a test lead, a project test coordinator, a program test manager. You need to communicate effectively. There's various of different trainings out there, but it's more coming from you guys. Again, some of you are shy to communicate, some of you are shy to present. You have to break that barrier. You have to try and push yourself, to be a very, very strong and good communicator. And that's all comes from the training. The more you communicate out there, the more you provide some kind of presentations, it's all really triggers on your improvements of that particular skill. Attention to details. This is absolutely important. You would not believe how many times I see when quality assurance engineers not specifically very attentive to details and missing, whether reviewing the requirements or reviewing certain instructions or even the test cases, which has preconditions, not really paying attention to all of these types of details and losing concentration. Obviously, this specific soft skill can lead to a disaster, if you're not really paying attention or very, very careful in analyzing and reviewing directions, instructions, requirements, and etc. So extremely, extremely important. Take notes, record notes, pay attention, concentrate. This is all the time as part of the quality assurance and profession you need to have all the time with you. This is throughout your day-to-day activities. Attention to details is extremely, extremely important. Critical thinking and analytical skills. Again, quality assurance professional, I cannot imagine without critical thinking or analytical skills. You're analyzing constantly. You're analyzing requirements, you're analyzing test results, you're analyzing functionality. You need to be fair, you need to judge fair, you need to put your brain to work all the time. Analytical skills, essentials, extremely, extremely important. You trying to figure out why the application behavior is slightly different from the requirements. You need to try to dig, you need to try to understand. Again, it's super important. And the more you put your brain to work, the more practice you achieve there on that particular soft skill. Problem-solving abilities. Super important, guys. Mitigating risk, identifying ways out from hell. We're dealing all the time with, some problems. And you guys need to be able to solve those problems on your own. You need to learn how to find the ways out constantly. You should not just sit idle and say, oh, I give up. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to solve the problems. Obviously, you have the senior guys within the team who you can consult, who you can go to and check and find, but you should try to solve your problems on your own. And problems are unfortunately all over the place. They're facing us throughout our lives, our personal lives, as well as our professional lives. So ability to solve problems, extremely, extremely important. The more problems you have, the more training on how to solve the problems you will have. So please, try to solve the problems, try to solve them on your own. If you need help, obviously there will be help from other guys, but just don't give up on the problems. Try to figure out how to solve the problems on your own. That's a really good push, and push yourself to do that. Extremely important. Adaptivity and flexibility, essentially very, very key soft skills as well for QA professionals. You need to know how to deal with challenges, unpredictable circumstances. You need to be flexible and adapt to various of different circumstances and conditions, right? You're working for different types of organizations. You're working with different types of people. There are different types of cultures. You need to learn how to adapt across the board in various of different positions, situations. That's not easy to say, obviously, but this is a good, again, learning curve. And as you progress in your career, you will become more smarter and I would say more flexible and more adaptable as well. Those are extremely important areas. Team collaboration and interpersonal skills. Again, super, super important. You playing a big role. You are always part of the team, whether it's an Agile, Scrum team, QA team, different types of teams. You have team players around you. You collaborate all the time. Extremely, extremely important to know how to collaborate well. Extremely, extremely important to polish your interpersonal skills. You got to be nice, right? You got to be open. You got to be a team player. You got to help each other. It's not only you, it's others as well. So that's extremely important. You have to treat everybody with respect and, try to help each other. And obviously you will get the help as well from the other people. So that's extremely important. This is one of the personality traits, to be nice, be fair, and be a team player. And then, everybody would love to have you as part of the team. Time management and prioritization, extremely, extremely challenging skill set, right? There is a lot of activities going on. There's a lot of things which you need to juggle. Many people working overtime hours, spending a lot of time because every time it looks like you're running out of time. Everybody's rushing. Everybody wants to release software on time or ahead of the schedule, and pushing you guys all the time. It's a given. It's everywhere, so you need to learn how to really plan accordingly, how to set up your 8-hour days, or a little more than 8 hours, but you need to plan properly. This is mainly, you should be a master of your own project management and time management activities. Prioritization is a key. You need to understand what is important, what is not important. You need to apply smart techniques in your day-to-day activities. Time management, prioritization equal your productivity, effectiveness, efficiencies. So, try to eliminate various of different waste, which, wasting time throughout the day, and really, control, really prioritize, really, come up with a plan for a day on what you're trying to achieve, what you need to achieve. Try to estimate properly your tasks and activities, and you will see that, you will become more effective and more efficient. Again, effectiveness, efficiencies, productivity measures in 2025 will be crucial. Again, there will be layoffs, there will be lean teams, there will be QA teams will get smaller, unfortunately. So you need to learn. You will have a lot of pressure. You will have a lot of juggling to do. So time management and prioritization, extremely, extremely important skills. Customer-centric mindset. You need to understand your customers. You need to understand the business behind. I always say, testing is not about clicking the buttons or entering a dummy data and, information there. You really truly need to understand all the business rules around your application which you test. You really need to understand, how this application serves the business problems, how business users are leveraging and utilizing that application. So customer-centric mindset to understand fully your customers, extremely, extremely important. You cannot be a tester without trying to understand what's the purpose of the functionalities which are getting implemented for this application. You cannot really be a tester if you don't understand the pain points of your customers. You need to understand that. That's extremely, extremely important. So, try to gain that knowledge, trying to gain that understanding, try to talk to your business stakeholders, business operational team who are leveraging maybe a platform which you're testing, and try to understand a little bit more about the product. That's essential. Coaching, guiding, training capabilities. You need to be able to learn how to train, how to coach others. Today you're junior, tomorrow you will, become senior, and you will train and guide other guys who will be joining the team. It's not necessarily only junior testers. You need to share knowledge with your, other counterparts who might be a senior person in the team, but explain the process, explain the your business rules within the team itself, and share that knowledge. So ability to train and guide and provide that insight and information is extremely important. You would not believe how many smart guys are out there, extremely, extremely genius, who understand a lot, but they really cannot articulate things. They really cannot train somebody and explain things that somebody will get it. They somehow explaining things, and it's very confusing. So it's also a skill set, right? So there's a lot of training needs to be done for you to know how to coach, to know how to guide, to know how to provide this training. So again, practice, practice, practice. Come up with some during the all hands meetings, or internally within your company, within your team, come up with some presentation, share some knowledge, share some ability, how you learned a new skill or a new tool, and come up with that type of presentation and share that knowledge. So again, all of this extremely, extremely important. And in 2025, it will be essential skill, because managers, decision makers wants to have somebody on the team who would be able to train others, who would be able to provide directions, and coach other people, maybe junior people, maybe graduate after colleges. That's where the senior managers are thinking, they trying to get rid of very expensive people to save the budget, and wanted to give opportunities to college graduate. So there will be a lot of hiring for the college graduate, in my opinion, in 2025, right? So that's extremely important area. Emotional intelligence and patience. This is super important. Again, it's directly mapped to your psychological state, right? You get angry, you get impatient, you get upset. This is normal feeling. I mean, we all get, right, at our jobs, but we need to control, right, that. It's extremely important to be patient. As a tester, I keep saying, testers are someone with a lot and a lot of patience. I mean, just think of it. How many times you do regression testing constantly, right? And repeating certain things. We need to do that, right? Because every time we facing with unknowns, every time developers might break something when they fix something, and we have to run regression testing. Yes, when we have automation tools, it's a little different thing, but we're repeating a lot of things. We're building the test cases. Sometimes they're all again around the same types of functionalities. So we're repeating a lot of tasks. So patience is the key. It's, learn how to control your own emotions, how to understand emotions of other people around you, be able to accept criticism. Constructive criticism is the key. Be able to take the feedback. I always love feedback. Back in the days when I used to work in the corporate environments, I loved to get the feedback because, I wanted to improve myself. I wanted to grow. I wanted to, understand the areas where other people think I'm lacking at or I'm not doing it correctly. So I always wanted to get criticism because, with the constructive criticism, you can understand where your weak points are or where the areas which you need to polish. So approach your managers, approach your peers, ask them the questions. Where do you think I'm lacking? Where do you think I need to improve? Or what areas I need to improve, right? So this is, extremely, extremely important, right? Also, you need to learn how to say no to certain things. You need to learn how to push back as well. Push back, not like strongly, but nicely, right? So it's very, very important. And at some point of time, you need to say no to certain things because they will be slowing you down. They will be causing damage to whatever you are doing. You should have the ability to stand up after failing down or making a big mistakes. Yes, we all making mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes in my life across the board. But I got stronger from them. Yes, sometimes there were very painful mistakes. Sometimes there were mistakes which cost a lot of money to be lost. But we all learn from this, right? But again, just don't, if you make a mistake, don't kind of, in your mind, try to think, oh my God, what's going to happen? How are we going to continue? You guys, need to learn from that mistake and say, okay, I'm not going to repeat that mistake ever again. You can make mistake once. I think I always say, well, you can make a second time mistake. But if you're making the same mistake third time, this is definitely not good. It means that you didn't learn any lessons from it, right? And it's a problem. So you have to be persistent, or in simple terms, how I call it, how you need to be a pain in the neck, right? Why? Because we depend on many, many different people when it comes to work, right? Somebody might say, well, I will share these requirements to you so you can start building test cases tomorrow, and there is really no requirement. So somebody promised you to set up the test environment and they didn't. Or somebody, promised to fix a critical defect, and because of that, you're unable to execute your test cases because they're blocked. You have to be able to push. You have to be able to shovel and, clean up your path to achieve results. Again, if you will be blaming and saying, well, I was expecting this from this person and I never get it, you can continue expecting this till your retirement. You cannot do that. You have to push. You have to come forward, not escalate, not come and run to your manager and say, oh, this guy is not doing what he's supposed to or she's supposed to do now. You have to approach this person and explain basically the risks, and consequences because of that delay. And always, ask simple question. What is the turnaround time from your side? Please, let me know because I need to set expectations further, because based on your deliverables, I have commitment and I committed to others as well. So if you cannot really complete this, I am actually not completing my tasks as well. So just explain this, not like be rude or, explain this, but at the same time, be pushy. In our environments, nothing, happening on time. So in order for us to speed up certain things, you have to push. You have to push. That's okay to be pushy. Pushy is fine, okay? So that's extremely important skill, especially in 2025. You have to learn how to become pushy. If you're not going to be pushy, you're going to fail. You're going to fail on multiple fronts, and that's not going to work very well. Investigation, exploration, research, those skills are extremely, extremely important. You need to become an FBI agent. You need to explore and investigate things constantly. Why certain things failing in the application? Let's deep and dive a little bit more deeper in certain areas. If you identify a defect first and you cannot really reproduce it, you don't give up. If you see a failure once, but you don't see it later, you need to spend a little bit more time trying to dig a little bit more. You cannot just drop that defect and put that defect in the defect tracking system and dump this to the developer, and then developer would not be able to reproduce this, right? We need to help developers, right? They, very busy, same as we are. But when it comes to a defect, you have to describe this with all the evidences and really help out, to provide all the details. So investigation, explorations, and research. Research is extremely important. Research on Google about certain things, pulling the information properly. I always say great testers are great researchers because there's a lot of information out there which you analyzing, which you comparing with. You need to learn how to extract the right information. There's tons of information flying out there. Extracting the proper information, extracting reliable information, extracting the valid information is extremely important. So researching skills, in our case, in our world of QA professionals, super important. And the next one, self-starter initiator. This is very, very important, guys. Nobody wants you to be there where you're not going to take initiatives, or nobody wants someone to provide a babysitting steps or feed spoon you, right? This is not the way to do it. So you have to take initiatives, right? You don't have to wait for the directions. I always love when I didn't even think about certain activities to be assigned, and somebody in my team already initiated that and already started that. I mean, it's unbelievable that they don't need to wait for my directions. They know exactly what needs to be done. Well, you can consult, you can come to your manager and ask the question, well, this is what I'm planning on doing. I understand we have this situation and I already started doing it, and get the feedback. And your manager will say, oh, that's wonderful initiatives. Absolutely. You should go for it, right? But never wait and see. Wait and see, it's a disaster, right? Wait and see for the directions and say, well, but you didn't provide me the directions. Well, you didn't provide me the instructions, you didn't assign me anything. No. It's not an excuse. If you not get any assignments, you have to understand yourself and evaluate what needs to be done. And there's tons of things which needs to be done and improved when it comes to quality assurance and software testing and your day-to-day responsibilities. You cannot sit idle without doing nothing, because then you will become unnecessary and you will lose the job that way. Because, if managers will evaluate and see, well, this person does not really have any activities, he or she never, initiate things, always waiting for directions and spoon feeding and babysitting steps. Why do I need him or her, right? It's a fair statement. So those 13 must-have soft skills, absolutely important, guys. To me, personally, soft skills are ranked higher than the hard skills, because hard skills, we can train. You can get the training on them. Soft skills, this is all about here, all about your mindset. This is all about your heart, personality. Okay, there's in some cases you have to born with certain areas. In many cases you can get better and be trained in certain areas. But to me personally, in most cases, I hired in my career people with the stronger soft skills rather than hard skills. And somebody might say, well, why? I'm an automation guru, but my soft skills are lacking. I will not hire that person. really, because I can train somebody on automation, but it's really very difficult to train somebody on the soft skills. I can provide directions on the soft skills, but to get, you know, mindset tweaked, changed, it's all you guys. Okay, that's important. Let's come next. I know we're running. How are we doing on time? How many minutes we have left? Let me put my turbocharger so we can cover a little
Yeah, I
more because
think
I have
We
we
have
have around
10 minutes,
10 to
Ruslan.
15
10
minutes.
minutes,
Yeah.
15 minutes. Okay. I'll try to, put a little bit gas here. So let's talk about the hard skills. Again, extremely, extremely important. This is the area where you all need to be at, polish up, or gain those types of skills. In my opinion, again, this is all my opinion. You might agree or disagree, but this is what I'm looking for from my team as part of QA Mentor to hire, to serve our customers and clients, to emphasize for 2025. Static testing. I talked about this many, many times. You can look up on some of the videos and tutorials on static testing. To me, again, it continued to be the most important skill set and area of quality assurance professional. We need to understand how to identify gaps, issues, problems in the requirements. We need to take requirements not as a Bible and believe in it, but take requirements, user stories, technical requirement specification documents, wireframes, anything which considered to be requirements, and be able to truly analyze this. And you see, that comes with the soft skills, analytical skills, right? You need to find gaps in the requirements. You need to prevent issues which will be coming later on as a result of the poorly defined requirements or misunderstanding by developers where requirements are vague. This is our responsibility to identify gaps and trigger red flags and really come up with the issues and problems where certain things are not defined, or certain things needs to be defined the proper way. How many times you look at the requirements and you have the new fields, but there is no rules definition there on what's that field supposed to accept? How many characters? What's the length? What's the error message behind? Does it support special characters or not? Right? Those questions, it's all in our mind. We need to address when we look at the requirements. There are tons of issues and problems within the requirements itself, and this is where you can play a significant role. And this is what will be crucial and important. You would not believe how many clients agree with this and say, well, but yeah, nobody really thinking about the requirements. From QA perspective, they never involve the requirements. They involve only at the later stage when it comes to testing or when they start building the test cases. They never discussing or part of the discussions initially when we brainstorm requirements. Absolutely. We must be there. If QA is not there, huge problems, guys, huge problems. So all of you who are there, part of the companies, and not being invited to those types of discussions, or even worse, you're not really voicing or providing feedback on the requirements itself, you're missing the game. Static code analysis, code scans. Why do I think it's important? Right now, it's not important, you might think. I mean, who is doing static code analysis? Again, don't get confused. Not static. Static testing is requirements, verification, and validation. This is not code analysis. It's a requirements analysis. It's testing of requirements and validations before the code even written. Static code analysis and code scans, why it's important and why I think CTOs, CIOs, development managers would want that more often. And I see a trend now where testing teams or testers participating in scanning the code. Why? And who can answer me? And that's why I put this as a secret, right? Who can answer, why not many developers wants or using static code analysis tools or code scanners? Why they're not using it? Why when you send an email, you do a spell check, or at least I do the spell check, or why when you building a document, before you save and print or send it to somebody, you do a spell check. Essentially, spell check is that static code analysis. Okay, why it's not done? Do you know? Anybody wanted to take a guess and put this answer into the chat? Deadlines and okay, code smells potential problems area. Okay, can help improve the quality. It's not a priority. That was focus on functionality. Well, but if you're writing a code, right? If you're writing a code, don't you want to do a spell check of your own code? And if you have a tools, which is a static code analysis tool, and I can give you 20 different names of static code analysis tools, including the open source tools, why it's not been used? Boring for the developers. Okay. Legacy code causes multiple errors whenever you enable. Yeah, very good. Ashwani, right? Very good. Very close. Thank you, guys. Excellent. Excellent thinking process. So I will tell you, again, just to conclude this, developers afraid to run it because there's tons of violations and technical depths coming as a result of the static code analysis. Tons. And imagine you have that, or your manager on, you know, who is overseeing, and you sharing this report with your manager, and your manager sees this tons of issues and problems, and they said, oh my God, this code is not going out of development. This is not going into QA. Fix it all. And the developers say, well, Mr. Manager, if I'm gonna fix this all, I will be here till retirement, right? So you will never go live, and you will never go live, and you will have some consequences from your executive management team because you delaying the release. So all of a sudden, Mr. Developer Manager said, oh, no, we need to release this. Let's just close the eyes on this. Don't ever show me this report. Forget about this. And that's how it goes. It's reality. If you don't know, this is absolute truth. So if we, quality assurance engineers and professionals, will offer this to say, well, how about the spell check? Yeah, I'm not be good in coding and understand the problems at the code level, but I can be good at running a static code analysis and generating a report and showcasing, but at least major problems, fix it before it goes live. Because you drop this into QA, at least understand those technical depths, the major problems, right? You don't have time for, unit tests. You don't have time for code reviews. You don't have time for static code analysis. And as a result of this, unfortunately, we're getting a lot of issues and problems during the testing. Again, this is kind of too late. Instead of preventive methods, which is one of them, we, waiting till the end and then becoming superheroes and finding defects, right? And then delaying the process because now it takes time to fix the problems. So I think, if you learn this skill, how to do it properly, if you learn and understand issues and problems and technical depths within the reports and be able to articulate those important issues, not all needs to be fixed, but some, and, showcase this, it will be extremely important for the developers, right? And developers say QA is not technical. We want them to be technical. Here we go. This is where you can become technical by showcasing those spelling mistakes. API testing. Extremely important, guys. If you don't know that skill, it's essential skill. You need to learn how to test without the user interfaces, right? So API leads to early defects detection before UI ever built, right? Validates business logic, helps to detect performance issues, security implications, right? This is extremely important. Not necessarily automate the API, but at least know how to test manually. Simple postman, right? You need to understand that. And I want to make a point here. While you're going on the interview, you have to discuss those hard skills and combine them with the soft skills. This will be an incredible performance of yours during the interview process with the stakeholders and decision makers, right? This is your guidelines here. Essentially, those 13 must-have hard skills. This is what you have to discuss, that you earn those skills, you learn those skills, you possess those skills, and you can share the knowledge around those skills during the interview process, and you get the job. Do you understand? Not just you can say that you know them. You have to prove that you know them, that you can apply them with examples, obviously. Not just saying, I know API and that's it. No, that's not enough, right? So you will be tested. If you say, I know API, you will get 3-4 questions right there from the smart managers, right? But this is essentially a roadmap, and this is essentially your menu guide of being successful and pass the interview. So this is your cheat notes, essentially. Cheat notes, as well as your short-term plan to gain those skills. Functional test case design. You need to build the test cases. Whoever will tell you you don't need test cases, you can listen, you cannot not listen. Again, we have a lot of debates here, on LinkedIn where people saying, you don't need test cases. Forget about test cases. Test cases are useless. You need to test without test cases. To me, it sounds unbelievable. Whoever's stating that, it's like, I don't know. But forget about who said what. You need to learn. And nowadays, there's a number of AI tools knocking the door which can generate manual test cases based on provided input. What is that provided input? That's called requirements. So based on the requirements, right, you can generate manual test cases, which covers all angles. So this is not the point that you need to learn how to create manual test cases. Well, this is a given. If you don't know how to do this, you cannot be a tester, right? This is essential skill. That's must have. This is a little different. This is using ChatGPT AI test case generation tools. That's the essential skill. Why? Because you need to be quick. You need to be fast. Well, yes, I know that, and we all know that those tools right now, they're not at the level of maturity. So it's not going to be a magic where ChatGPT will build the test cases for you covering all angles and nothing will be missed from the coverage. I'm not saying that. But you can get 50, 60% accuracy there and then take what it got built and then add more things to it. And that's speeding up your productivity, effectiveness, and efficiencies. Do you understand? So that brings more productivity to you. So look at those tools. There's a number of tools. I'm not going to call the names. I don't want to be biased, or people will say, oh, Ruslan names a couple names, and that means it's great. Especially we're evaluating number of tools. We're testing some of the tools for clients, some of them on the NDA. We're doing some analysis. I'm going to share some of the top tools in 2025. Right now, it's too soon, too premature. But I want you to keep an eye on those tools. And again, 2025 will be all about effectiveness, efficiencies. And that's the reason we have this all combined theme of this conference, all about efficiencies, effectiveness, right? Productivity. So essentially AI tools will be very helpful. And somebody who said, oh, the AI tool is nothing. Believe me, again, my prediction, AI will rule the world very soon in terms of the testing tools, automation scripts from the typical automation technologies will, be in the history, right? You would not need them anymore, okay? It will take time, maybe 3-5 years from now until we see that, but it's going to happen. Remember, maybe in 5 years, we're going to do another talk and I will remind you guys about this.
Hey, Ruslan, sorry, I hate interrupting you, but then can we move towards the quick key takeaways? We have like around 5 more minutes.
Okay, thank you so much for timing check. Right. So again, the quick takeaway from this perspective, let me just spend 2 more minutes to cover a few other things. Automatic synthetic test data generation, test data management controls tools. You need to learn how to apply and be able to build your own test data. There are multiple different tools. You need to be able to build synthetic data, huge data sets. There's tons of tools around this. You need to learn the skills around that. It's extremely important. It's essential, and you need to have that. Test case coverage, deep dive analysis, ability to determine if your application is covered comprehensively throughout all various types of test cases, positive, negative. How do you do that? Yeah, you can do it manually, but also there's tools around, again, in the AI space, which will help you to define and identify. So guess what? You upload your test cases into the black box, and it analyzes, whether your test cases are comprehensive and what your test cases are missing, what scenarios, what field validation rules, and etc. So keep an eye on those and get yourself trained in those areas. Metrics and KPI analytics and implementations. Again, many organizations would want to have that because they want to see how effective, how efficient they are. Many organizations would let QA go in 2025, and they wanted to understand efficiencies as well, and they will push very hard, even for the smaller teams, to do more. So metrics, measurements, will be your proofs on how, things are, getting calculated in terms of the effectiveness and efficiencies. You have to be a diversified industry subject matter expert. You need to possess those knowledges, right? So my ranking is, if you have experience or really will get trained in the specific industries such as financial and banking, healthcare, and e-commerce, will be a lot of opportunities there. Again, those three industries are the top industries, and that's where a lot of positions potentially will be available, and you will have better chances. CI/CD pipeline and DevOps practices and knowledge for cloud solutions, extremely important. You need to understand that knowledge. More and more, QA professionals will play those roles. SQL database testing, ETL testing, must-have skills. Testing only front end nowadays is not enough, okay? And then traditional automation tools and scriptless automation tools. I'm putting them towards the end. Again, next year, it's not going to be about automation, unfortunately. It's going to be all about because automation is a luxury. So because there will be lesser, unfortunately, positions, there will be more manual testers involved in, performing and validating and verifying things. So there's not going to be a focus on automation from many, many companies. Again, my prediction, we will see, but that's what I'm thinking. And, you need to gain a little bit of basic understanding of non-functional requirements and non-functional testing types, which is performance, load stress, and security penetration testing. You don't need to become proficient in those areas, but you need to gain some knowledge to understand what is it all about and understand how to apply some of those skills during the manual testing process as well. This is essentially very, very important. Lastly, 1 minute I have, or we run out of time.
You can take 1 minute, Ruslan, no worries.
So this is just very quickly. So you guys need to be visible out there. You guys need to, build your personal brand in order for you to, be visible and really be successful out there. So, maintain your presence, various of different post on LinkedIn, share your knowledge, conduct free webinars, coaching sessions to junior testers, be out there. This is extremely important. Participate in what you guys are participating today. Attend those conferences, extremely important. Interact, learn. Network, and more network, extremely essential, right? Attend the different conferences, participate in hackathons, different events, follow and interact with industry leaders. And then, collaborate, provide your feedback on open source tools, on AI tools, share your knowledge, share your feedback, criticism, positive, negative, all of this. And you will automatically, ultimately will become visible. And it's extremely important for you, for your brand, for your future, for you to be, seeing out there. And then again, managers would like you, to contribute to this. And when they have somebody who is very active and share knowledge across the board, you will be important to that organization. That's it. I'm sorry, I wanted to say a few other things, but I ran out of time. This is the first time I'm doing this presentation. So, time control, time management, what I just told you about soft skills, I didn't do pretty well, I think,
No,
this
but
time.
it was very
No,
interesting. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you so much, Ruslan. I think very apt points told very crisply across the slides. I'm sure all our audience got their key takeaways and what to add in their learning and practicing bucket list. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're very grateful for you and thank you for all the learnings.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. All the best luck to you, and let's rock and roll in 2025. Don't
Thank,
give up. Let's continue the journey.
thank
We'll
you so
all
much,
be
Ruslan.
successful. We're all
Thanks a
wishing
lot.
you this. Thank
Yeah,
you, guys.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much.